5 years later of using reusable pads, and I think it's time we talk about it. I feel like there's been a huge change in how they've been made, and I think it's for the better. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the two brands that I've been using so far. I'm going to be talking about absorbency, I'm going to be talking about fit, I'm going to be talking about the material, and of course the care. Hey, it's Kimberly and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget. We're talking period care. So I don't know how, but it's truly been 5 years. I've just been consistently using one brand of reusable pads. I did a whole video on it 5 years ago, and only recently did I decide to change things up. And the reason why I waited so long is because I personally feel that the way that reusable pads were made 5 years ago and now, I didn't necessarily feel it was useful to keep trying different brands when every one of them was kind of made the same. So now that we're in present day and it had been so long, I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look and see what brands were out there, what was maybe different, and I got a new brand that I actually really like, and that's what I want to share with you. Getting right into it, I want to show the two different types that I have. So this is the original I have. This is from the brand called Hi-O. They originally sent this to me, like I said, 5 years ago. I tried it out. I really liked it. It was convenient. I'm someone that does try to be eco-friendly. Personally, for me, I wear a cup, and these pads were going to be used for overnight or days when you're home and loafing around. This is a pretty average size for a pad. In terms of thickness, I didn't necessarily feel like I was wearing like a diaper. I'd say they fit pretty well. I remember specifically not wanting anything too big so it wouldn't be uncomfortable. They had the wings that came out for when you're snapping it to your underwear. I got about 5 of them, and then this cute little bag that you could carry on the go. It is kind of this like fleecy material. I believe there's supposed to be like some kind of charcoal thing in here so that you wouldn't necessarily have massive odor with it. I would say that that's for the most part pretty true. I think for both of these and reusable pads in general, it's like you're not smelling them while you're like sitting around, but if you do go to the restroom and it is exposed to the air or whatever, you're definitely going to smell something. Problems that I felt like I ran into with this brand was that I didn't necessarily feel like it was absorbing as much. I felt at some points that it would just kind of hold the liquid in place, especially overnight. And then when I would want to change this or whatever, it was like everything was just kind of sitting on top as opposed to truly absorb. But at the time, 5 years ago, it was like I didn't really see anything else that was doing something different. I thought, let me look now and see if there's been any changes. Is there better absorption now? And the answer is yes. And this is the brand that I have currently. I was really intrigued by them talking about the absorbency and how things aren't going to just pool on top, but will actually not feel like you're just sitting in your own period the whole time. Now, here's where I was talking about the mistake before. When I bought these, I was so enthralled by the positive reviews. I just thought like, okay, that's it. I'm going to go for it. When I got them, I didn't realize how big they were. And when I went to go back and check, it's because I chose extra large. I thought it was just saying you're going to get 5 of these, like 5X, but no, it was 5XL. No, but they meant 5 extra large pads. And then it came with the bag, which this bag is super cute as well. Strangely enough, I actually like the larger size because once again, I'm wearing these when I'm going to sleep, and you kind of want to be covered at all corners. You know, that's how I feel when I'm going to sleep. Like very unpredictable when you're lying flat, like what could happen, or if you move around a lot in your sleep. So I kind of liked having like the ultimate protection. With this one, what's different is that the wings kind of stay out. So in comparison to the other one where they were pushed to the back, these ones are a little bit more rigid, whereas this one has a lot more flexibility, which is great because that means that when you're walking around or whatever, it's going to be a lot more comfortable and less stiff. When I'm feeling the makeup of these, I can absolutely feel that there's something on the inside that maybe is further absorbency or whatever, but there's like a pad on the inside that kind of gives me confidence that it really will hold what it's absorbing. But they all have cute little designs on the back, which I really, really like. And it didn't bother me. I wasn't specifically looking for a black one because this doesn't really matter. Like it's going in your underwear, so it's not truly that big of a deal. When I have had this one, I've ended up experiencing some leaking, and that frustrates me because I'm like, the pad is right there. Like, what is going on? The difference, though, I noticed with this one is that this covers more. I noticed far more absorption and better absorption with these newer ones. I am currently extremely happy. Also, the price for this one was $12.99 for all of this and the bag. That is a steal in my eyes because I believe the other brand goes for like $20 to $30 range. Now let me get into the thing that might be a deal breaker for people, And if you read a lot of reviews, you might come across this, is that this material is kind of fleecy. So with this fleecier material, yes, that does mean it can be warmer. Some people in their reviews were saying that it's so sweaty and that doesn't work for them. That's uncomfortable for them. Totally valid. I think I did notice it one of the days recently, but it didn't like make me wake up in the night or anything like that. Now, when it gets to summer, I'll have to check back in with y'all and maybe it would be incredibly unbearable or something like that. But yes, that would be the one thing that I think might bother people. Now let's talk about care, because it is so important. And that's the whole point of this being reusable. I had a specific formula for how I went about washing them. So immediately after they're used, rinse, wring it out, put them in a bowl with cold water, with a little detergent, let that soak. I prefer to soak for a while, so overnight. The next day, I dump that all out, I rinse and wring that out, and then you could either then take them to the wash, or you might put them through your cold cycle once again. And then eventually I do put them into a ditty bag like of this size so that there's space. I gather them all in, and then this is what I put in my general wash with my other clothes and all that, and I feel good about that. And then taking them out the wash and then just hanging them to dry, and then they're good to go for the next month. The reason why I'm doing that and not going right to the laundry is because my laundry costs money. I pay $2 a wash, so I can't be like putting one thing in. It's really important that you rinse till it's running clear in that first stage. You don't want to let this sit soiled. Pros and cons of using reusable pads. The major pro is that they're reusable, better for the environment. They're easy to wash and prep and all of that. Pros for this one specifically, I feel like it absorbs really well. They're comfortable. They're easy to snap into place. The one con is that it may get warm based on the material. That could be a major deal breaker, so I wanted to make sure to mention that. That is my 5-year update. I now know for a fact that I've been using reusable pads for 5 years. I'm happy about it, spending less money, which is great, especially with this being $12.99. Now, if anyone has questions about reusable underwear, there was a time where I did try a brand out. That was like literally 5 years ago. I haven't tried them recently, given some of the studies that have come out, and there's some lawsuits going on here and there. Until that gets sorted, I'm not necessarily wanting to revisit the idea again. And there are certain brands out there that I'm actively going to avoid until I hear otherwise. But that's why you will not be seeing an underwear specific one coming your way from me. Let's have a conversation down below. Down there, Care, let's talk about it. Let's break through all of the mystery with it. I hope this video was helpful. Again, I know this looks so intense, but you know what? It gets the job done. And if the goal is to not be leaking, the goal has been achieved. Have you ever used reusable pads? Do you have a brand that you love? Do you use reusable underwear? Where are you on the spectrum of period care? And is there a brand out there that doesn't have this type of material and it still is really absorbent and really comfortable? I'm curious. Let's talk down below. Thank y'all so much as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.